may as well kick this thing off.
Let's start with introduction, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Lexi, you're on top of me.
I'll start. Okay. I'm Lexi Luna, adult model and actress, and I'm currently camming under a contract for ePlay.
Nice. I stalked you on social media today. You have many Instagram accounts, but I very much liked your Beyond
Lexpectations.
Yes, Beyond Lexpectations.
Because I go beyond Lexpectations in everything I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. That's the real one. The one and only real one, if you couldn't tell.
Oh, I found you. I reached you. I found you. So I like Beyond Lexpectations. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Then Katya, our resident scientist.
Without glasses. Anyway, nice to meet you, Lexi.
Thank you.
Really pleasant to meet you.
Likewise.
My name is Katya Tiuni, and I run a webcam studio in Prague. And also I have online school for cam models. In industry, I'm more than 14 already, almost 15 years old. I started as a model myself, and then I run studios, and now I have online school and teach models.
I didn't know that you also cammed as well. If you could send me a link, that'd be great. Send me
a link for what?
Link for your camming shows. I didn't know that you performed it before as well too. I'm gonna need to see some evidence. You're just gonna have to forward me.
I will send you some direct messages.
You're gonna have to forward me that.
Those nudes. She'll find you in the DMs.
Vanna.
Hey guys. Hey, I'm Vanna Faye. I used to be a cam model, and I'm not anymore. Now I am a performer coach for Cam 4, and yeah, it's a blast. I'm trying to teach people every day and give advice on what I know, and I'm going to be looking for you, Katya.
Yeah. She's got a whole book. You'll really like it. She has lots of stuff on psychology, which I'm very much into.
Cool.
I think we all can share our experience and get something new from each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm Nikki Night. I've been in the industry since we want to date ourselves. So you're older than me, Katya. At 14, I'm only 10, going on 11 years. So I started as a cam model, 2010, and I was on MFC. Then I went to Playboy Live, which I got in trouble on all the time because not nice. And then I got recruited to be a coach at Cam 4 head office, where I created and made the coaching and training program. And now I work for VX Pages. I build porn websites. You're welcome. And yeah, and I model coach, obviously. Subscription, just with my BBs. Lifelong learner. That's me. Look at that.
And just great personality.
Look at this.
That's super cute. Headphone wearer.
What the fuck is this?
It's your alfalfa sprout.
Sure is. I'm leaving it. I don't give a fuck.
You look like a Teletubby.
Fuck, I can't look like a Teletubby. That's just dumb.
Okay.
So I guess I will. How many of you in here are new right now? How many of you are new? Just put like me, yes, no, no in the chat. I'll squint and see. You? So we got Cece.
Okay, newish.
New?
We've got some off and ons as well.
Holy shit.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we have
and somebody has a new personality, which I think is also valid to talk about, like your persona on cam, because somebody said I have a new personality because like maybe they changed their character.
Oh my gosh, Lacey.
I'm assuming. I don't know if that person.
No, that's very cool. I would like to actually. Who said that? I want to talk to you because that's.
Yeah, I find. Kari Anthony.
Oh, fuck him. Platinum. Yeah, I know Platinum. Okay, I don't have my glasses on, bitch. Just take it easy, okay? Or else I'll pretend to be a ghost again. We were playing ghosts.
Should we maybe answer questions from audience?
I was thinking, actually, what do you guys think of this? So as the first kickoff, of course, we're all going to be fresh and nervous be live just like you guys are now. I know I have something special that I wanted to share with you guys. Like I picked out some certain information. Do you guys want to share like each one of your advices, and then at the end we'll take questions from everyone?
I think that's fun.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Lexi?
I will. I like being up here, upper left corner. So I had a love-hate relationship with camming for a long time because I loved the money I made on cam, but I hated like all the work and the prep and all the like smiley and like, the like game we play when we get on cam where it's like, okay, I'm going to try not to like lose my shit on somebody who comes in and demands that I fuck my pussy. Right. So the hardest thing for me was to like kind of check myself for my professionalism at the door, because this is still like very much on my I'm working on my brand and I'm building myself as a performer. So I need to make sure that the way that I'm speaking to my fans on cam, even when I'm frustrated, portrays me the way that I want it to be portrayed. That's kind of what as soon as I like step into this room where I cam, I'm like, all right, don't let them get to you. Like, and it's hard because you want to just be like, what the fuck? Like, you have to tip, or you shouldn't be requesting, demanding things. But, a lot of my fans I've learned are overseas, and the rules of camming aren't really clear for anybody because we all do it our own way, which is the beauty of it. But just recognizing that, like, you're going to get frustrated because they're going to be saying the same things, just different people. So you hear it so many times more than you would if it was just one interaction. But that's probably the thing that I've had the hardest struggle with, and the thing that has improved my camming is like letting that shit go and not even reacting to that stuff in the comments.
There, I'm off mute. I love that you brought that up, that you realized that you were talking to people around the world. It was a long time before I finally, like, it kind of sunk in that North America isn't everywhere, and not everywhere is as sexually open or forgiving or free or expressive as North America is. So when lots of times you guys are gonna hear feet BB, open boobs, or like bobs, whatever the hell they say, or whatever the heck it is, and it just sounds like a bunch of crazy verbal garbage. Well, maybe they're just, in a place that's a lot more modest. So when they get on a cam site, they're just, ugh.
Yeah.
Because most of them are viewing it on their phones, right? Privately.
In secret.
That's a very good, I've never heard anyone else bring that up before. Margot asked, what do we do when members call you a bitch? I get called all kinds of names. I literally don't even mention it. I just block the person, because that's ultimately, like, I'd rather take that hit and like not respond to it and like feel a little bad than to let my fans, let everybody else suffer and be like, for me to get an attitude right there and be like, I'm not a bitch. What the fuck are you calling me a bitch? So I just try to just brush it off. Do you have any relaxation tips, or like anything that, like, do you have like a mantra or anything like that? Like, I do take about 10 minutes out of every cam show to not look at the chat. I just do something. I do something sensual. I do something sexy. I do something that's not on the tip menu, just to like break up the monotony, because ultimately, as soon as I start to look at the chat, you can see the face drop. In. Yeah. So I try not to like. A couple good things that you could do. I actually learned this in retail, which is so ridiculous. If you're ever like, I sold makeup. So if you're ever selling makeup and you feel like someone's like, get away from me, just creating some distance. And I actually did that with camming as well, because like you, I get sucked into the chat. And I didn't wear my glasses then either. So I'm like squinting right here. Creating, the sexiest face you've ever seen. Like creating physical distance between you and your computer, like actually moving away from it. Every time I did it, I would just be like, and drink water. It helps with anxiety. Water. Yes. Especially on those 2 hour, 3 hour shows. You forget to take care of yourself during your show. And then at the end of it, you have this drop because you're like, oh my gosh, I just camped for 4 hours and I'm exhausted. And like, I've been on my feet and I've been dancing for 4 hours. Your freaking hip is out of joint. It's fucked. You're in the W position, but you can't like undo your ankles. Yes, your wrist is just like this forever now. because you're sitting
So
on it.
since we're talking about like drinking water and that being so important, like why don't we also talk about stretching before your cam shows is super important. Like stretch that stuff out because you're not literally stretching your vagina, but like do some stretches, like go touch your toes, you know, move around a little bit.
How about this one?
I know we're all gonna just sit here and like work out now. Seriously, like
But it's important.
Warrior too.
and like prepare something to eat before your cam show because every
Yes.
one of us who have cammed for like 3 or 4 hours has been starving to death, and then we resort to like McDonald's
Hangry.
afterwards. You
And
know,
you're
we're
hangry.
dying.
Even Ensure. I used to get bottles of Ensure, just something to just chug, and then you don't feel that hunger. Yeah. Again, it took me years to realize that I get hangry. Just denied it.
Yeah. I like to do a lunch with Lexi, so that kind of gives me a reason to eat on cam, and it's like we're all having lunch together. It's at like 1 p.m. and I love alliteration, so lunch with Lexi really works well for me, and my fans love it, and it's easy to remember, and it's just like a 1.5 hour commitment where I'm just like, we're gonna have lunch, and maybe you'll see my tits.
That's how my lunches go.
That's a good idea. For me, it was always easier to perform when I'm hungry. If I have lunch or dinner, I just want to sleep. I don't want to perform.
Yeah.
Too bad that sleeping wasn't on the. Couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's against the terms of service.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know that one. But you'd always catch that one person just like every once in a while.
I never had.
We had the
this
question,
on
why
cam,
is sleeping forbidden in the chat?
But I saw it with some models.
I think it's forbidden because you can't consent in that time.
Yeah.
It's always based on like what
And
you can consent to actively, which
Yeah.
is why like alcohol and intoxication isn't allowed.
Well, they also.
I had one super great member who always came to my private chat and told me, "Okay, Katya, you look very tired. Lie down, sleep, and I will watch you." It was my best private.
Oh, I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, what an awesome fan.
Yeah. I would take him private. That's awesome.
Also, bandwidth is a cost for platforms, and tips will be decreased while sleeping overall.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I have to get into sleep fetish, yeah.
I'm very much a big fan of the ignore fetish, where I just get to ignore you. One of my faves. Or smelling my own armpit. Sure.
With ignoring, I also have a very funny story because I worked on a website which is offline site. It's a cam context. You open a session and you wait when somebody takes you in private. They don't have a free chat. And I was opening it on my computer and I sit in my phone and forgot about computer. And I didn't notice that there were no sound on my computer. And after half an hour, I look on the screen and I see chat that member came in my room and like, oh my God, I missed it. And I read the chat and he says like, hello. That's interesting because my fetish is ignoring fetish. Like, you're so nice. And he was like,
Love it.
Like this.
You accidentally made his day. You accidentally did like the perfect private ever.
Love it.
That's awesome. That's like
wow.
That's an internet miracle. That's a pornography miracle.
You should like write this story out and put it in a frame somewhere.
And then wish for it to happen again.
It's a funny part of this work. Yeah. And what about the tips to new models? I don't know. I train so many models and I see that everybody is so much individual. And I think the best training and coaching comes when you share your own experience. And from my experience, when I started as a model, I think my success was that I was very innocent and very open girl. And that's what members loved. Of course, I didn't know a lot about webcamming. I didn't know a half what I know now and what I teach my students. But just be yourself, be open, be good to people, and people will be good to you. I think I never had something like negative comments, bitch and stuff. I know I had always good members because I gave them my warm, good attitude, and I got it back.
It is nice. I mean, it's hard to, you know, troll someone, or if you can see someone's just genuinely nice or genuinely enjoying their time, like you have to be a real jerk to go in and try and ruin someone's day when you can see someone is actually just sweet and nice and just having fun.
Yeah.
hmm And you're a nice person. Like it'd be pretty hard to get pissed at you. Like, what's the worst thing anyone has ever said to you?
One guy said that I should work as a cleaner, not as a model. And
What
I
in
was
the?
like, why are you saying this?
Were you
But
cleaning?
somehow I remember it.
Were you cleaning?
No, I was just sitting in free chat.
It was his fetish.
Okay. No, I think it's
It was his
just
fetish.
Yeah.
He wanted to bang the maid.
Yeah. Some guys, when they give you
When they speak, it's nonsense.
such names, some members, they have a fetish when you get angry with them.
Oh yeah.
Why you do this for
Yeah,
free?
doming
You
for
know?
free. That's what that's called. Screw that.
Yeah, so don't give them your angriness, aggression, because that's what they want. And if they want it, they can take you in private and take it and pay
Exactly.
for it. Yes, not
100% agree. Everything is a fetish. And that kind of goes back with you, Lexi. Like, I think for all like the models in here, one of the hardest things you're going to have to do is grow your thick skin online. And that's just the way it's going to have to be. Like, I know every single person in here has a story, has a memory, has a moment when it was just online.
Yep.
Everyone does. But after I survived that one moment, I mean, there were others, obviously.
Yeah.
After that one, like, very crucial, like, very pivotal moment, well, if you don't like my show, there's a click away, there's many beautiful women to go and look at.
Mhm.
Asked me if I was dumb, or said, accused me of being stupid, but misspelled the word genius. You can call me whatever you want. Do not call me stupid. I was just like, I didn't even tease him back. So it's, but once that happens, I'm sure when you guys started camming, you all were told of how it's empowering. That moment is what makes it empowering. When you go through that and you develop that thick skin, like I've been naked on the internet. You can literally say almost anything to me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Come at me, bro.
Exactly. Come at me, bro. And that in and of itself is liberating. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow? Whatever the fuck I want. Like, I don't know. That's the most empowering part. So don't ever let it get you discouraged. Like these two professionals just started with that. So it's going to be a big thing. And it's something that I guess everyone feels a lot, especially in the beginning.
It's really hard to just like allow yourself to like it's at first it felt disingenuous to me to like put on this fake persona, but really it's not. Like that's the performance, you know, and as a porn performer, that's the job. You put on the show. So if you think about it like that and you don't take it personally, like I can separate myself from my cam career, and because I feel like I don't have to answer to anyone, and if I'm having a really rough time on cam, I log off. It's not worth the, you know, getting the extra half hour in. I'd rather just log off and, you know, regroup and try again. Sometimes that's the best because you got to cycle through the fan group that's there that's like causing you issues sometimes.
You know what I think when you first start, I think that you don't know how to react when people are coming at you, like kind of attacking you, but they're really just trying to push your buttons. Like they're trying to figure out like where your limit is when you're new. And one thing that I used to do, because I'm like a very emotional human. So if you make me mad, I'm going to turn into like the devil in front of you on camera. So instead of like behaving in this like horrible way and possibly turning off people that could be supporting me. What I used to do on cam is if I knew that someone put me in a bad mood, or if I knew that there was not going to be any recovery from the show for me, I would just be smiling mid-sentence and unplug my camera. Like, I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi died, because I would prefer to just disappear off cam for the rest of that show than to, you know, say something negative or encourage, you know, bad behavior online, or be just like them, you know? So I think that all of us, like, we have people sometimes that'll be poking you, and you have a limit. Like, we all have it, you know?
Yeah, it's very important to have your borders.
Absolutely.
There's a question in the chat. What are some things we suggest for the business aspect, back-end business, as far as what you use to market yourself, privacy protection, and how to get your money safely?
We don't hear you.
I'm going to stop being nice and muting myself.
Yeah.
But that is a huge question. For everyone, do you guys write them down? Do you want to write them down? Because I want to make sure that everyone, like, we have our little speaking pieces and everyone gets the answers that they want. Please write that down, because I can barely even remember it. But the short answer would be most cam sites take care of most of that stuff for you. When it comes to marketing, that's up to you. Yeah, remember that, because that's a good question.
Here, I just retyped it in the chat. So.
I fucking love you, Lexi. Seriously. Lexi for president.
I got it. What are some things you suggest for the back business aspect, as far as what you use to market yourself, privacy protection, and how to get your money safely?
Okay. Marketing.
Marketing, I think, is man, and with Instagram and Twitter and the constant shadow banning and the constant, like, disapproval of our industry, even though we're here and we're proud of it. It's the thing that I use the most, honestly, is my cam site has a calendar portion of it where I can put in my shows and they will push traffic to my room. So if your cam has an option for a calendar, that calendar could be used to send to direct traffic. So make sure you're filling out your calendar and just keeping your fans up to date on when you're going to be on, because that's the number one question I get. When's your next show? So Discord for marketing, somebody mentioned. I don't use it personally, but if you, I don't know if anybody else here has experience with Discord. No? Okay.
No, I know a lot of people use it and they really love it. I downloaded it and then forgot. So no, I'm sorry, but I know some people really, really love it. I'm not a good source.
You know, like, where I think, like, if you're talking about, like, OnlyFans or like subscription sites, I guess, like, I know a lot of people are using Facebook groups and Reddit and Discord for their OnlyFans and, like, getting new subscribers, which is cool. But I mean, me personally, and I mean, really all I can speak of is my own experience, because we all, like, have something super unique that we've learned and that we've experienced for ourselves. And for me, it's been the relationship with the supporter. So for me, it's never been mainly, are we still there?
Yeah.
Sorry, there was, like, my.
Yeah, it glitched on mine too.
Okay, sorry, I'm like, my whole screen changed. I didn't know what to do. So for me, I think the relationship, like, marketing within your current, like, doing your back office stuff, as in sending messages to the people who have spent money with you and making sure that they feel valuable as a supporter of yours, I think is super important. And a lot of people forget. They'll just take the money from the supporter and then go about their day. Well, maybe, you know, in 3 days, like, hey, it was great seeing you on my cam show the other day. Are you going to make it to my show later today? You know, that kind of follow-up is super important for me. I've gotten all of my money off of the consistency and off of quality instead of quantity.
Agree. Tony, Linktree is very quickly becoming a heat score. Wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
I want to answer a question about
Yes.
brand. What are your tips or steps into growing into a brand? And what you think that you should do to make a stable business out of it? First, this is a very good question because being a brand, this is what I also teach my students, because every model is a brand. Like if you have account, you become a brand. But not every brand become successful. There are some more successful brands and some less. Some of them they do better sales, and some worse. And it's all about branding. How to build a brand? First of all, it's personality. Because brand made out of personalities. This is like personal brand. Model is a personal brand. You need to understand your personality, and it's easy to say just be yourself and everything is good, but it's not working very well. You need to find in yourself that something special. And how I do, I use psychology for this. It's archetype system. It's from Carl Jung, and you can Google and find a test and make a test for your archetype and see which is the leading archetype in you, and you try to make image of this archetype. For example, such archetype as a lover. You know, we see all those girls who is about sensuality and like senses and being having a pleasure, and this is archetype. And if you are good at it, if it's you, if it's your archetype, you will be very good in this kind of style. And you also can have archetype like jester, you know, and it's about jokes, and we see a lot of these models who having a lot of fun with the guys. And yes, Nikki Nikki is a example of jester. And just try this, make this test on the internet. You can find it somewhere, and try to be one of the archetype and show it in your content. Create photo sessions, videos, explore your archetype, and this will make you very unique, but also it discovers your inner self.
Would you find us a link for that right now? Drop it in the chat. Could, like, after this, would you guys all take the test and then tweet your result?
I have it in Russian language.
Why?
But
you need to anticipate
English...
us, okay? I'm just
I will
teasing.
Google it.
It's like, I'll do it.
Now I got two things. God, Lexi, you can be on top of me anytime. Like, I've never been so organized. Just writing down my stuff. Yes.
I'll just scratch your head.
Yes.
Okay, there was another question
got it.
that I want to make sure to get to. How do you determine what and how many cam sites you're on, or do you stick to one and direct all your fans there?
It's very easy to go overboard with a lot of things. Don't. Especially women, we have broad shoulders, and because we by nature can multitask, and it's, again, women are born this way. Not saying that men don't or men can't. It's just part of our build up, the way we're made. So I find that women just take on a lot. We want to be the career woman with at the same time a stay-at-home mom somehow, with not like, it's just, we take on a lot. And I find a lot of models actually quit camming because they don't get the success that they want, because they've spread themselves too thin, so they don't get the results as fast as they're looking for, so they think they're not good enough and they quit. Or, like most people, they just burn right the fuck out. And at the beginning, I know I'm guilty of this too. We all are. At the beginning, we start when you first start, you put on a bit of a mask, like the rookie mask, like, hi, totally, I love having my feet sucked. Yep, show me, I want to see it. Whatever. And that's actually super exhausting. So how many campsites you should be on? You should have one that you love, because you need to put in hours there. or else your tippers on that site, like they don't change sites. Like they have a home and they go there. But if you're sporadic, like if you're all over the place, your money's all over the place. You need to have consistency is key. And then I always recommend have one other website that you just have as like a social site or somewhere that you go to just kind of fuck around. Like you don't really give a shit. It's just, has anyone here ever worked 2 jobs? I have most of my life, right? So you have a day job and then you have a bar job at night. And even though you worked 18 hours, it doesn't feel like that because the scenery's different. It's not just one thing, right? So I find having like a place that you can blow off steam where you don't give a shit if people, whatever, you just kind of go there to experiment and cam and just truly for you.
I would
And you can-
caution models against streaming on multiple platforms at once. And
Oh,
this
yeah.
is something that's, I don't know how it became a popular thing, but like everybody's streaming on like Chatterbait, Microcams, and Cam Soda, or whatever your trifecta might be. You're not giving the right attention to anybody, and everybody sees right through it.
You hear it.
And yeah, and you think that it's making you more money, but it's not, because your attention is between 3 different things and you don't know who's tipping for what where, and it's not worth the stress. Just put in the hour.
Offended.
Yeah.
And they're confused and they're like, what the fuck am I gonna pay you for?
Yes,
Bitch?
exactly.
Fuck you.
It doesn't make sense on any one of the chats what you're doing for the other chat.
No, so
it's a problem of all Russian girls models. They think that the more sites, the more money they make, but it's
I
a
truly
big
think
mistake.
that idea came from someone who never actually cammed. It's a very old idea, and I think it must have come from, and I do not mean this as a slight against studios, but that is the only time I can see where a person would be in control of a bunch of models and telling them what to do, where they'd have to listen, and it would be a bad idea. Yeah. Not that they're all bad ideas, but that specifically is really dumb. And you'll probably melt your computer.
But what about content selling? Is it better to use one
Oh no, you
platform
can use
or
as many platforms as you're
platforms?
comfortable with. That's fine. But like just split camming, like having multiple cams open, it's just you shoot yourself in the foot. It's just dumb. Yeah, you can just tell. But multiple clip sites and all that kind of stuff, that's just spreading yourself around, baby.
Now I'll take my cam shows, I'll record them and put them on the clip sites as well.
What I used to do is I would cam, and my home site, as everybody knows, is Cam 4. That's where I've made the lion's share of my money on cam, and I am very dedicated to. I was dedicated to broadcasting on there. But I did have an account on another site, and what I would use that for, like, is exactly what Nikki said, but I kind of like enhanced it a little bit more. Like, I'm just going to build on that idea. So what I would do is go on there and be like, all right, I'll screw around on here for a little bit, and then I started actually bringing people from that site over to my home site. So I started making those people on that other site convert to where, because I developed a relationship. So yeah, that was really cool for me, is where I wouldn't really be broadcasting on another site, because when I would just drag more people over.
There was a question in the chat. How do you determine what cam site works for you?
I'm answering that right now. You feel it when it's right. The biggest decision is pay per minute, like privates, like the StreamMate model, or free chat model, or freemium. And that's for anyone who is trying to decide, or like which one's going to be the best. There we go. Spelled wrong, don't care. Because if it's, I've been on both, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. I got in trouble on the pay per minute, like the premium sites. I got in trouble all the time because I totally masturbated whenever I wanted to. And I just did bad shit. And I got really bored because I couldn't just be insane. And that just really worked for me, which would be more of like the free chat style. Of course, you can absolutely still make pay per minute money and do private shows. But the biggest thing you have to answer, and you'll know, does it feel right to you to get naked? Like, are you okay with getting naked for, like, I'd take my shirt off right now and I wouldn't care. But that's me, right? I wish I had them with me, but I have this game, and okay, hold on.
While she's gone, I am there's a comment says I left freemium because I was frustrated with all the bots recording my shows. Yeah, 100%. The thing I always remind myself is I don't own that content really. I'm streaming on another platform. So they own the content as well. So you'll see your cam shows posted, and yes, there are bots that do it, but that's one of those things that's like the battle is not really worth for me. So that's the kind of thing I let go because, okay, great, it's free somewhere on like Pornhub, but maybe that'll get me some, a few people who want to see me in a cam show because they've now seen a cam show and how fun I am and all that. So it's tough because it sucks
Pornhub
to have your
has
content stolen.
Pornhub is an amazing, like, you kind of have to just take it for what it is and use it as a traffic source. I think one of the best things I ever heard, this was way, way back when I first started, but a model I know, she found out like it was some like cam archiver or whatever. She actually went and got all the links, the illegal links that this person was selling of her videos, and then she just started selling those links. So she resold the links that they were selling of hers, which I thought was pretty badass.
Yeah, and Pornhub, if you're in a video that somebody's stolen, they'll give you the views and transfer the video to your profile if you just email support.
Oh, yeah, they're
so if anybody doesn't know that, if there's a video of you that you own on Pornhub, you can get those views and get paid for it.
Sign up as a model. You can become a verified model on Pornhub. Then you can control the narrative even more.
Yep,
Pornhub
and they
is
take care of their models pretty well.
They do. They're Canadian. They're just they're in Montreal. Yay! So they're nice dudes.
I love Pornhub.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. They're very reputable. You'd never have to worry about anything,
exactly,
being kept up there against your will or whatever. But sorry, I can't find my game, but my game is called Okay No Way. And I took it from a website called Hooker University, which I thought was great. And this basically, you find out your boundaries. So basically, the show pretty much went, I would ask my class of performers just a bunch of disgusting questions. And then after every question, I would hold up my hands. Okay, no way. And everyone would answer on their own time. So just as an example, I'm going to write the word okay. Okay. No. You can't even see that. Are you okay with someone, like, are you okay with getting naked for little to no money? Just in the moment, not overall. Like, I'm asking you in the chat, are you okay with getting naked or the idea of someone seeing you naked for not much money or inside? No, just answer that question. Yes, no, yes, no. Yeah, everyone's different and it's totally fine. So when you know these things, you can then make decisions. Okay, I really don't feel comfortable when I'm naked for free. Premium. I really get upset when I can't be naked for free. Premium. They both, honestly, both platforms make you a lot of money. The difference is how you feel inside, and that's how you choose.
That's very good.
Hooker University, man. It was, I've never seen it again. I don't even know if I could find it. It just says Hooker U, okay, no way. Greatest thing. They were doing it to train like escorts, like people who do in-person work, just to kind of get their boundaries. And I highly recommend, if you have a model or you want to play with me, playing Okay No Way. It's a great way to find your boundaries. So I find, or even set your prices. I will just ask a bunch of super disgusting questions. Are you okay with getting your ass licked? Yes, no, da-da-da. And it goes like that. But then you don't get kind of taken off guard in chat. Because when someone asks you something, especially if you're going, like, say, branding, and you found out your archetype, and your archetype is like, right? If your archetype is like kind of tough and strong, it's kind of disarming when all of a sudden someone comes in your room and they're like, would you piss in a cup and pour cream syrup on it for me and then drive it around like a truck? How much would you charge for that?
Yeah.
What? tips, 50 tokens, please. God. But it's just nice when you're not caught off guard. So if you're ever kind of feeling, you can message, I'm sure, any one of us and say, I want to play Okay No Way.
What comment that came up in the chat was funneling your cam customers to OnlyFans or other sites or vice versa. And the thing that has worked really well for me is buying domains like I want Lexi, lexicams.com, pay Lexi Luna, so that I can put Amazon for pay Lexi Luna. I can put, you know, my a splash page for I want Lexi. So when I put that on Instagram, it doesn't go to a porn site.
Landing pages.
Changing up the links or the URLs to make it easy for you to promote something and not have to type in onlyfans.com/LexiLunaXOXO. You can just type in iwantlexi.com, see me at I Want Lexi. And it's easy to promote during your cam show. It's something that they can think like, and a lot of cam sites don't let you put iwantlexi.com. So you have to get creative with the way that you like, you have to put the dot in like parentheses and, you know. So that's what I'm doing, is just changing the link name, and it's easier for me to like, hey guys, if you want to see more, go to iwantlexi.com. Easy.
Amazing. I made a video on this, your sales funnel. You're talking about a sales funnel. I just finished a video on this morning.
Yeah, and if a site goes down, you can change where it goes exactly in the comments.
Right now, Camp 4 is offering to people on OnlyFans that have content, that they're offering landing pages. So we're actually creating those landing pages for them so they can start funneling their OnlyFans, you know, subscribers over to Camp 4 for their live shows. Because I think, and I'm in a lot of groups about this, I know that camming on OnlyFans is not extremely popular. Most people do not like it. I've not heard one good thing about camming on there. But I think Nikki also has like another way, not a landing page, but a totally other way that is, you know, very personalized.
Oh, I've got things.
All the things.
Oh, I've got all the things. I didn't know that about the landing pages. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. We have, but yeah, so a lot of OnlyFans girls are just coming over, and we're just kind of hooking them up in, you know, our bonus programs and kind of getting them started on cam, because a lot of content creators haven't cammed, you know.
Yeah. I thought that was insane. Like Snapchat hoes have never earned tokens. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, I didn't, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
That's when I officially felt old. I couldn't even put a filter on my face, and then there's people out here being a Snapchat hoe. Like, that's like a term we recognize. Like, shit.
Yeah.
This,
it's a whole other like, section of what we do. Snapchat hoe.
I'm a snap hoe. Like this. Snap.
Give me your money.
Yeah, see? With your idea. Funnel the money. Always funnel the money. Vanna,
hey,
did we even get to tell your thing? What's your advice?
What's my advice?
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I'm live on cam.
Yep.
Oh, what? Hold on. I'm in a call.
One second. Hello.
I love this game.
Yeah, Mom. What's up? I'm busy right now. Guys, like.
Can you tell her I say hi?
Yeah. Hey,
thanks.
You know, like, I see so many girls and they're like, hey, I have nobody in my room. Like, nobody's viewing my cam. Nobody's tipping me. And I'm like, why is your phone literally right here? Like, they know you're not paying attention. Like, you're not entertaining at all. You're not entertaining yourself. You're just playing on your phone, and then you look at the screen and you smile and you're back on your phone. That's probably my biggest like pet peeve, is people thinking they're deserving of winning in this industry when they're not even caring about what they're doing.
Well, I mean, a lot of people they believe the advertising lie. Make $20,000 a week. All you have to do is sit on your bed with lingerie like this. Like, no. It's an ass load of work. It's an ass load of work. So a lot of people just think it's really easy because we're really good looking.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And I think anyone who's been in the adult industry in any fashion for at least 3 months I would say 3 months. You fully are aware that this is a lot of work by that point. You know, there's a lot of different facets that you have to try to master, and you're always trying to grow and evolve with whichever part of the industry you're in, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that's actually, yeah, especially for our rookies, our virgins, our fresh meat. Yeah. On the phone, just you look cunty.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic tip. I haven't even brought that one up in a little bit.
You know, though, I can tell you a way that, and I'll tell you this because I do this in my coaching sessions too. If you say you have a message from your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or, you know, your mom, and, you know, you can't ignore it, I will be, now I'm going to like kind of alter my room a little bit so I can be all weird. So my phone is over here. It's not in the frame. And so now I'm like, I've got my butt out, I'm booty popping. But guess what? I'm still dancing to music,
Yeah.
hanging out. Yeah, motherfucker.
This is the oldest hoe trick in the book. I'm sucking dick and like trying to get gum out of a purse. Like, come on, that's the oldest hoe trick in the book. It's amazing though.
Yes.
But it's a oldie but a goodie, people. Just twerk your ass, keep your phone off screen.
Trust me, they will pay attention. You're still entertaining when you do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Vanna, you have a great butt. I would argue you're even more entertaining when your butt is in the air.
I didn't show anything else, did I?
No.
No,
Is that allowed on here?
unfortunately.
Do you want me to try?
You know, Nikki, I don't know that it's been done. And you are the master of innovation in this industry. So I pick you first.
So you want me to continue raising up the shirt of the girl who has a sports bra on and 2 pairs of pants and snow boots? I wish I could fulfill this dream for you. I wish I could show them my boobs for you.
I know. Jay, it hasn't been done yet, has it? You would know, sir. It's funny he happens to be in here while we're talking about
right.
boobs.
And right as we talk about getting naked. Jay, did you like hear me going like this?
He's like, oh, spidey senses are tingling.
Yeah, I gotta go. Nikki's doing something. Yeah.
There's one comment I want to point out that says camming on OnlyFans is hard, but it's great because you're doing it for your own audience that you built yourself, people who have already spent money on you. So everyone on there is willing to spend big bucks. You can make good money camming if you do it right. I totally agree. My easiest money was always on OnlyFans camming. I ended up getting away from it because it was too glitchy and it was too unreliable. But I absolutely agree. Those are the people who are used to spending and tipping. They tip for everything. So they know what that means. And they know that they're not going to get anything unless they tip.
It's a great point. Anytime you use anything that's not your campsite, not to say that those aren't like awesome fans, but when they leave a campsite, like when they go to a second location with you, or to those things that are specialized, that is your quality customer. Those are the people that you're really wanting and trying for, which is why everyone really tries hard at OnlyFans, because those are the good customers. A lot of people, like, you know how you see them, like models always putting the name everywhere? You guys can do that with any site. It's amazing to see how much like traction that everyone's gotten on that site. It's amazing. But the things that people are doing there, you can apply to anywhere. So if you're unhappy with whatever site, and it doesn't have to be that specific one, apply those same things and you can make any site your cream of the crop. You can make any site that. When you talk about it, hey, do you want more, Lexi, da 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 da? When you have your, when you're using multiple sites for exposure, and then you have funneling the money by having this net. All that means is you have a big net and you're dragging them all back in, and at each, as they get closer and closer, you do certain little things. And it happens to us all the time, like follow-up emails, like Vanna. That is a huge sales funnel thing. And that's like, I'm telling you, following up. Hey, how are you? Checking in. How did you like that video? Unbelievable what it does for you.
Speaking of following up, I have a mailing list that I use, and technically illegally through MailChimp because it's not, they don't like porn. But I currently have a mailing list, and I have over 2,000 people on there that I send out, hey, I'm doing a special thing for Christmas. I used to be an elementary school teacher, so newsletters are kind of my thing. Like letting people know what's going on is where I feel very comfortable. So creating something as simple as like a blast where you can be like, hey, this special thing is going on, or hey, I'm collecting money for this charity. Would you help me donate for holiday season, whatever it might be? So I use my mailing list about once a month. I'll send out a big like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. Here's a picture. Here's where you can find me online. Here's some deals, whatever I've got going on.
Can you put in your website in the chat? Because I think we would all like to follow each of us. Because I know for myself, I started doing, I thought that newsletters were going to be awful. Nah.
People love it.
Newsletters are sweet. Yes. And I actually really love writing them. It's not as hard as I thought. I thought I'd have to come up with all these things.
Because it's fun to
No.
like tell people what's up in your life, and and that kind of like makes you realize like, oh, we've got some things going on now. It helps you plan.
It's amazing. Yeah. I very much am enjoying the email marketing. For all of you newbies, this is like way, way, way down the road. From this very advanced thing that you can do way down the road, something actionable from that. Follow up. If you know someone you just had a private show with someone, hey, or if someone just bought a video, how'd you like the video? Just ask them, how did you like it? How did you like it? I actually just thought of one thing that I shared in my last newsletter, and it goes to the points that Katya and Lexi were both saying in the beginning, is a little trick to kind of keep everyone, to keep people talking to you a little bit. Because in a lot of issues, especially for new performers, can be worked out, ironed out, simply by recording and watching your own show. And I mean actually watching your public show, sitting there for 20, 30 minutes and watch it. If you don't know what your customers are seeing, you can't ask them to be your customers. Like, you need to know what your tippers are seeing and experiencing if you want them to tip you. So you can optimize and improve that process. You can improve that experience, if you will. So, oh, damn it, I just lost it in my head and went, where'd it go? Oh, yes, there it is. Sorry. So you know how people in chat say just whatever, but it's also a very intimidating space because these people don't know each other, and the chat actually moves really fast. So by the time someone has typed out an entire sentence to reply or a funny retort, say if a model is very talkative, they almost can't keep up. So it's just, they'll just write short things and like, Twitter is for tweeting. It's like, thanks. So my tip is this, and try this. Whatever happens, I'd love to hear how this works for you. Change the reply. I know. Twitter's for tweeting. Yeah, I know. To you're right. That's it. Change I know to you're right. I promise you, you will have a whole bunch of little like shiny little models pets in your room because I'll be like, I did good. You're right. Try that.
That's a good one.
That has been the best and toughest advice. So cringy to watch yourself. Greg, you have a huge dick. It is never hard to watch you. You wear costumes, you have a green screen, and you were the one that brought this to us. Power pose. So I guess this is a confidence pose, which is why when you score a goal in sports, everyone's like, yeah. So Greg even told us when we were talking about stretching, one coaching class, he said, like, do the power pose, like arms in the air, look yourself in the mirror and just look at yourself before you go on cam. Arms in the air, it feels dumb, but it actually improves your confidence and it improves your mood. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's the champion pose. Mm-hmm. Really, Ruby? Yeah. That makes me very happy.
I just want a side note on, I think the worst thing I've ever seen was like one of my first 2 cam broadcasts ever. So You guys are gonna play that back to yourselves. It was one of my own that I watched because of course, like when I did coaching with you, Nikki Night, and when I did coaching with Kinky, you guys told me, watch your cam, record that, watch it back. And I'm like, this is the worst thing. I mean, you learn your angles, you learn your lighting, you learn like how you respond. And for me, and this is also part of my persona, so I use it as a benefit. But if I read something on my screen that I'm like this too, I literally stay like that. I'm like, oh, all right. You know, and even though I'm like, wow, that's an ugly face, like even though I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to play that back, people on the other side like the authenticity of it, you know. So
And they don't see it as ugly. Haven't you guys noticed that when you have a bunch of pictures of yourself, and you think you just look fucking sick in this one pose, you're like, and then you're like to your friends, which photo do you like? Your friends always like the photo you like the least because it's usually the most candid. It's the one that you're not posing. It's the one that you're not making duck face or whatever the hell you're trying to do. And there's a lot of psychology behind that because that's actually how you really look. So don't get too trying to look perfect, but just watch yourself and all of that will disappear. That's what I found when I watched myself. I looked like an idiot because you could tell that I was faking it. You could see in my eyes, because I know we forget that we're on camera and every single thing, like body language, everything that we do is seen, right? Everything, and it comes across. So, yeah,
even my
watch yourself.
is when I watch people on cam. You ever notice you'll watch people on cam and they'll be like scratching or like picking at something? Yeah, or picking in their nose or like I don't know, anything like certain things.
Was I just picking at myself?
Biting
like
nails, yeah.
But you learn like, wow, I don't even notice some of the things that I do while I'm on cam.
I just get so cringy when I think about how my eyes looked. Because my face and my words were saying one thing, and I look like an idiot because it was total. Like even I did that stupid. Like my voice got a pitch higher. Hi, like yuck. But in my eyes, you could totally tell that all I was thinking about it every second was posing so that I didn't have any rolls. Like, do I look hot enough? Like,
yeah,
you know what I
we've all
mean?
been there.
Yeah, and I actually the day after I watched myself, and after I did, I was like, I'm not embarrassed of anything anymore because for the past 3 months,
This is what
I
it looks
couldn't
like.
have looked dumber. Yeah, like I couldn't have looked any dumber. The worst has already happened. I looked like a jackass for 3 solid months. And I had viewers in my room that they would come to my room and they would hang out. They would never talk. There was about 2 or 3 of them, and they were regulars. They kind of sit in the background, and I'm like, what the fuck? I swear to you, like 2 days after that happened, and I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Because the show after I watched myself, and I was still very new, like 3 months in, I made $250 in 3 hours, which I'm sorry is a lot of money especially when you're new. And I think I trolled some dude the whole time. He was trying to make me drink my own pee, which I did. Not a lot of it though. It's fucking gross. And I was trolling him the whole time, and I just was completely myself. And that's if you learn anything from us today. And it's not just that be yourself kind of thing. It's more than that. It's a lot of us have been programmed to be. Who here has had a retail job? Yeah. How many of you have heard stupid crap like, remember, smiles in the aisles when you go to the bathroom? Smile to the customers. And that's why we end up doing stuff that we turn ourselves into peep shows. You know, when you put in a quarter and you see a titty? Yeah, we turn ourselves into peep shows, like tips for flashes, da da da. And it's make sure that you are the one having the most amount of fun. Because if you're not, and if you are just trying to serve your audience, is what I'm saying, like, what kind of show would you like today? And when I think it was, I can't remember your name, it started with the CC, you asked how to get people to tip you without like begging. They don't like begging either. Trust me, this works. Number one, move your fucking camera around. Like we're hardwired to react to this. This is not something that humans can ignore. Like it's no. This is what protected us in the wild. But having like doing cool stuff that you like. I still have Halloween decorations up there. Who gives a crap? That goes back to your brand. So when someone comes and says, "Hey, what do you want?" Like getting sucked into the chat. "How can I help you? What kind of show would you like today?" You should be more concerned about how much fun you are having. So it's not just about being yourself, it's about actually living your own life, because you are not a body with a dildo. That's just not what you are. You're a human person, and it's funny that we have to retrain ourselves to be human people again.
Yeah.
It's hard because we don't see any faces, so we are kind of like missing a human element, which Lexi, I love this advice when you just push yourself away for a little bit. Or Vanna, when you twerk and take texts off cam. I mean, you take yourself away for a moment and it's amazing. But worry about what you're doing, because I'm going to tell you this, it doesn't matter what you are doing. It's how much fun people can see you're having when you're doing it. So they're watching your enjoyment. Like I've watched some weird shit, and it was awesome because that person was just having the time of their life, and they're hanging from the ceiling like doing karate chops in a dirt floor basement. What? I would watch that shit all day.
I have to
Right?
go. I have another session.
Have fun.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being my super hot secretary.
Bye, Lexi.
Bye.
So this is what I do on cam, guys. It's kind of I do whatever I want. So I blow bubbles and
I fucking love bubbles.
maybe hula hoop and I'm sure I can put this places too. So I'm sure this could be really fun.
Put a glow stick in it.
That'd be dope. That's a
glow
great
stick in
idea.
it. Yeah,
but like
stick
there
in
are
it.
tons of things that you can do that you're just having fun and you're entertaining yourself. That's also entertaining to everyone. I would have never thought, like I was really gimmicky when I bought this and I'm like, this is going to be really stupid. I'm just going to play with these bubbles on cam. And then everyone was like, Vanna, can you put it in the air and like turn around in circles with it? You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
They wanted to make you a beautiful dancer. They wanted to make you a unicorn.
Yeah.
A mermaid on land. And they helped you achieve that dream, I think. I think they really did. Yeah. Your fun and enjoyment should be the only thing that matters. That's it.
If you're entertained, they'll be entertained, right?
Exactly.
And I
bored,
also
they
have
are bored.
and I have to continue your idea about having
Yes.
fun, because it's not easy to have fun all the time, 8 hours per
the
day,
wine is for.
5 days per week. But you always can fake it. You can play it. You can roll it. You know,
I can.
Just
Fake it till you make it.
That your viewers just have this impression that you are enjoying. This is really important.
I absolutely agree. It's not reasonable to think that you're going to have all the fun in the world all the time. Camming hours are camming hours are very long. Minimum of 3 hours at a time. That is one time zone. You need to remember, the world is just constantly, I just think of the world as one big work shift, always getting off. Somebody's always finishing dinner. Somebody's always finishing work. You know, whatever. So it's, you never know, that millionaire could be 5 minutes away. Now, does anyone have any questions? Because we are over time.
Yeah.
So hold on. Is offering landing pages for OnlyFans? Okay, wait. Oh, yes. I think I wrote it down. Oh, okay, so I have the top 3 sites. Do you guys have a comment on this? I don't know what the top 3 sites are, but I would use what I said. Choose between freemium and premium. And you guys will just kind of know. You're not going to know right away. There's no instant answer. That's just not the way it goes. You'll know. And you'll know kind of from you'll know from the viewers, but I highly recommend if you're trying to check out a site, listen to what other models say, but also go on that site as an actual viewer and a fan. Go and watch other models on that site. That's going to help you as a model, but it's going to help you decide about the site. Do you like how the ease of use? Is it easy to use? Are there features on the customer side that you could use to your benefit? You know, lines of sight. If your tip button's here, call attention to right there on your screen. Things like that. And when you know the process on both sides, then it's actually easier for you to make it successful because you know the whole story. Mhm. So I don't know the best three. Do you guys have a?
I don't have a best three. Okay.
I'm not even sure why three.
I mean, we
but
know I
that's-
love Cam 4, so like, let's just be clear. I'm like a team Cam 4 for the rest of my life.
There you go.
And that's where I've been. I think that if you are a good performer or you're a good model, I think if you go on any site, you should be able to win on that site. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can tell which sites we are successful. We work only in premium sites, so no Chatterbait. I know the site, but don't have experience. We work on Live Jasmine, Flirt for Free, StreamMate, Secret Friends. Yeah, those are the main sites, and the most successful is the Live Jasmine for our models.
It's a very beautiful site. And they always have these lovely matching suits.
But it's totally different game than Chatterbait and MyFreeCams.
Because it's a premium site.
You
It's the
cannot
pay per
even
minute.
compare it.
No, you can't.
It's
because
it's
that's
like
the difference
compare,
between the premium and the
OnlyFans
freemium.
and Chatterbait.
Yeah. Because Live Jasmine is pay per minute only, and then Chatterbait is freemium cams. So those are the differences that I was saying. Pay per minute only, like Live Jasmine, which is totally different than Chatterbait or Cam 4, completely.
Yeah.
Even sites like Cam 4, like I think it's around, Nikki, correct me if I'm wrong, you might know, and Katya, you might know even. I think, what is it, 60% of earnings from most sites are from private shows. It's like a pretty high number that's gained from the site, from models, from just private shows. So I think even on the free sites, your private shows make up more than 50% of what your income usually is, generally.
Yeah, on Live Jasmine, our models make around 60% their money from private.
Okay. So, but you know, for me, I didn't have that experience. I always do great in my free shows. So, you know, it really does depend, right?
Totally does depend. Any tips on how to juggle multiple accounts, one comedy, safe for work, one adult? An assistant? An assistant, number one, that's a lot. Scheduling content, any help that you can get. Remarketing your content. A lot of people think just because you put a video once, that's it, everyone has seen it. Nah. The average life cycle for a viewer on any platform is like 3 to 6 months. You can bring back the oldies and the goodies. So remarketing or recycling some of your older content and promoting it again is a great way to, you know, not die from overwork and make money. Yeah. Yeah, paper minutes are super fun. They're just a little bit different. Like there's no masturbating or nudity in public chat. It's just a different vibe. They both have amazing benefits. You're very welcome. Wolfgang White. That's a fantastic name.
Oh, he's amazing. You need to check him out, Nikki. He's all over on IG and Twitter, everything. He's great. I had a one-on-one with him last week.
Wolfgang.
But he's got a lot of things going on, and you know that's one thing that we were all talking about earlier. Is you can't.
I love big dreams.
It's so hard to manage when you want to do everything. You know, it's hard.
You can't do it. Life is long, and you can do these things, and you can have one thing help push you up into another, or you can just get like 10 assistants. Like it's just not sustainable. Don't. You know what? We could use the analogy of split camming, because you have too many things all at once. you spread yourself too thin, just like when you have 15 sites open all at once, like you're trying to cam on 50 platforms at the same time. Yeah, it's just pick what you love and be reasonable. Like with your own, don't push yourself too hard. Don't hurt yourself. Separate browsers? You're a genius, Greg.
Okay, girls, I shall leave you.
Yes.
Was very
Hold on.
to have you. And
Katya, please write your social in the chat because you have 2. 1 is Russian. I found that out. Number 2, what are the ones so we can stalk you? And you, Vanna, and me. And Lexi is, I remember. So her Instagram is
Models Guide.
No, that's you. This is Lexi. So for the one woman who left, hers was beyond expectations.
I love that.
I think I tagged you on my Instagram today.
Oh, you did.
This is my.
You have the cam models online. Then you have this one where you look very sweet. Then you have a Russian one. And then I'm just like, I'm confused. So I tagged you in a bunch of stuff. And I was like, yeah, she looks business here. I used her cam models online.
This one is me, modelsguide.online.
Okay. So this is your Insta. Hold on. I'm going to let you type your own thing. What the hell? I'm trying to take over Lexi's job. I'm on top now. I'm above Vanna. I'm trying to be your Vanna.
You're a top. Be my top, baby.
I'm going to top you all the way.
Gosh, Nikki, we're too perverted. We cannot have these conversations.
Don't swear to me.
I get you, wet ass pussy over here.
I'll believe it when you slide up your chair. Then I'll stop. NickieNight.com, Twitter. So do you guys want to do your pitch? Like, how can they join your school? How can they join Cam4 coaching? And then I'll tell them how they can make it.
For now, I accept only Russian-speaking models. All our courses in Russian. But you can contact me via Twitter or Instagram.
In Russian, or else you're all fucked. So, sorry.
Instagram is in Russian, but it doesn't matter which language. You can contact me on Instagram.
I'm going to learn Russian so I can troll you and send you dirty messages. Don't tempt me, I will.
I think.
You have to entertain yourself, people. You have to be silly and fun, or else it's just, you're going to die of boredom on here. Is Wolfgang White and OnlyFans Wolfgang White free if anyone's interested in following it? Oh, it's okay. We went a little bit long, but we all have a lot to share.
Okay, I go now.
Yeah, get out of here, Katya. See you later. Bye. And then it was just the perverts.
It's just us. Gosh, they always leave us too.
Well, I think it's more they run away from us. They're scared.
It's cool. I haven't had enough Nikki time in a long, long, long time. I mean,
who's got tokens?
Right. Who has anyone? We got me and Nikki over here. We could totally set up a StreamYard.
Okay. I want to talk to you afterwards about StreamYard. I keep hearing about this. Greg told me about StreamYard.
Yes. Okay. We'll talk.
Yes.
So I'm going to get out of here because I have another panel to go to here in a little bit. And I want to make sure that I'm like rejuvenated and ready. And like I powder this sweaty ass face of mine. So, hey, Amelia, what's up? Of course.
I would love that. Optimizing all those things. Now I'm excited with your VX Page website. Sorry, you get to use Google Analytics. It is awesome, but I'm scared. I need Greg. Busy man, I need you. I'm lost in a.
He's around.
Yeah.
So I got a jet, but it's been great. Like kicking it. I miss you as always. Am I on another panel with you today? I don't think so. Maybe I'll be on another one with you.
I only joined this one, or I only did this one because I get to be. I'm handing away awards, and I got to wear a crown. Sorry.
You got to wear a crown. So you guys can follow me if you want at on Twitter at Vanna Faye Cam. or IG is I am Vanna Faye. I put it in the chat. I'll throw it in the chat again. And yeah, I do coaching pretty much all the time. So, you know, if you guys need coaching, hit up me, hit up Nikki Night. We're always trying to see where we can help. Like, we don't have an angle. Like, there is nothing we're holding back, you know, like we literally are just trying to like teach and coach and guide and instruct and like
there are boobs all over you.
Yeah, like we're just rubbing them all over.
And I want to fill you with my knowledge, like just almost like so it doesn't fit. You know what? You are, and it actually being around models is just like soul food. It's just, and helping others is just wonderful. There's nothing more wonderful in your life than charity, giving to others, or just helping people and teaching.
You know,
And
when
we
you
learn lots
when
from
you
you too,
hired me
so.
like 2 years ago, Nikki, I was not into
No.
coaching. I was not because I was still a model. So I was like, I had my model brain on.
You're a business fucking machine. You're like Terminator, like you're like business. I'm trying to think of how could you be the Terminator of business?
I don't freaking
I don't know.
know.
I can't.
But
I don't know.
now I am like, wow. I'm like, I enjoy this. This is super
awesome.
Like now I get it, Nikki.
I can
like,
tell.
Now it's the
Yeah.
thing. You know? I gotta go. Guys.
Yeah, get out of here, bitch. I'll just leave these. What, 25 people? You guys ready to make a life mistake? Let's do this.
See you guys.
Bye. So I'll tell you what I do. So now that I have you alone. So I do coaching whenever. For those of you interested in an actual website, I work for VX Pages. I'm an adult-friendly website builder, so I actually help and guide you through the process of building your site and your brand and your business. If you're just starting off as a model, though, that is future aspirations. Right now, work on just having fun with this and growing with it. But I do specifically model coaching. If you visit my website, www.nickyknight.com, you can read about my subscription to coaching, and I charge 25 bucks a month. It gets you a one-on-one. My Telegram, if you guys don't know what Telegram is, it's basically the shit. It's like if WhatsApp and Snapchat had a baby and had cooler stickers, and it's completely encrypted. So it's called Telegram. Yeah, and it's on my phone. So basically you'd have like my direct line for asking questions whenever. And then of course my awesome newsletter. That is just 25 bucks. You have my direct line, a one-on-one every month. And if there's additional packages for one-on-ones if you want to do more. I keep it affordable because I know you guys work hard for your money, and I just love you. Does anyone have any questions that we didn't answer? Will I take over this room still? Well, before I get kicked out? Nikki, what's your whole stance on the what? 75% payout marketing, but with the 10% off to the side. Oh, you're talking about the payment processor. Okay. So my thoughts is it happens everywhere. Like payment processors, it's a business. And I mean, just like your bank takes fees, it's the same thing. It's a bank taking a fee, like a processing fee. And it's just, it happens at your campsites, it happens at everything. So it's not even, it's not even a thing. It's just like they have a payment processor or a 10% fee at the grocery store. It's not specific to our industry. The only problem is when you start doing things like having your own website or having your business where you are the decider. Like I can see I am admin, I'm the talent, I'm everything. And that's what happens when you have your own website, which is different than fan sites. We're like Wix for hose. Is that you see all those back end transactions. And at first you're like, what the fuck? But it's always been there, you just didn't see it. So companies, I've spoken with a lot of them, they kind of struggle with being really transparent, but at the same time, like people get pissed because they think you're taking their money. Well, I've seen on a few platforms, but notice I'm being, oh, of course. Yeah, because we're totally transparent with all the money, like whatever's being taken. And that 10% actually comes out of our cut too. Like that comes off Like that comes from us. So it's not like that's being rolled over to just the performer. And that's what it's like, I'm pretty sure with most businesses. Like that's just, we take everyone's 10%. Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, are you based in North America or Europe? I guess, but that is like, then you're kind of just getting into semantics there because it's not like they're taking any money from you. It's just a fee from a bank. And if it comes off of hours, sure. I mean, I guess they could. Would it really make that much of a difference? Like if nothing changed and just that. If you're in, hold on, where you're in Europe. Oh, okay. Just because there is an exchange, I thought if you're in North America, you might see like an exchange rate difference. Hmm. Yeah, you notice it, but it's every single place that you make money has a payment processing fee. Your cam sites have it, even if they like, okay, so a token is 5 cents some places, and a token is 10 cents in other websites. Some sites do chargebacks, some websites don't. It's a personal choice. Most websites that give the models 5 cents, they don't really do chargebacks, and you don't really see any of those fees. Or it's not that they don't do chargebacks, it's that they take the money from you first and then give you stuff. It's, you just don't see the chargeback. But if they give you more of the money up front, like 10 cents a token, yes, because you got all the money up front, or not up front, but like you got all the money. If there was a chargeback, yes, we take it back because that site isn't keeping some as a buffer. Does that make sense? So they both do it. Some just hide it, some don't. Honestly, you're getting charged the same. The company scorecard. Sure. See, but Amelia, wouldn't you think that that is being more transparent because we are talking about the fees? And again, I'm just asking. Because if it's, you know, someone brought it up before, but it's, I mean, it's a banking fee. You just don't usually see it. But I can see how, especially at first, you'd be like, what the fuck? Sweet. It's a great scorecard. I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to do it on myself. Here, why don't we talk about this more offline? Because we're going to get kicked out of here in 2 seconds. Um, oh, for those people who answered NA or North America, yeah, that would be, so if you were using, let's say, again, VX pages, they use euros. Everyone should be happy with euros because usually they're worth more. But yeah, you might see some that. Yeah, let's talk about it more afterwards because I want to help and like make you feel good about this. But I'm interested to see your viewpoint. You're clearly passionate and organized from that friggin' thing. And I'd like your feedback. How can we contact each other? Showing, okay. Get out of here, stupid thing. What is wrong with this? Sorry, I can't, okay. I'm going to just take a screenshot of this and I will follow you on Twitter. Yeah, and I'd like to have a chat about that because you're passionate and I want to hear it. There we go. I screenshotted you. So just so you know, like I can't promise anything or anything that would even change. It's just, I don't know, I might, but let's talk about it. So I'll follow you and then I'll send you a message. Let's talk this week. Or like, yeah. What panels are you guys going to go watch next? I'm going to watch like a bunch of them. I'm so excited. There we go. Mostly today, I think. Fantastic. Selling clips. Okay, I'm going over to selling clips right now too. Is it? Yeah, there's some awesome pros here they're gonna teach us lots of stuff. I hope you have a fucking great show. Bye. I'm going to selling clips. I'll see you guys there.